Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV, and we're back for another part of the build-up to the North London derby. We're doing a combined 11, and plus, it was an excuse just to bring this guy back on. We've been waiting for Tommy Talks Ball to come back on for this game since bloody December, where it all went pear-shaped thanks to the Arsenal. But
thanks to you getting the game called off because one player had COVID. Yeah.
Nah, we didn't do that. Nah, it was all in the rules, mate. What are you on about? But yeah, look, we've finally got to do this preview combined 11, and before we get into the combined 11, and we'll go from current, and then we'll do all time. So I think the all time might take a bit longer, but I want to get your thoughts going into this game, Tommy. How do you feel going in to the North London derby? It's a pivotal game for Spurs. They've got to win if they've got any chance of getting top four. And if Arsenal do draw, or even worse, if they win, we all know if Arsenal win, that's the end. That's them done. It's top four done for Arsenal. But if they draw, it puts them in a commanding position with 2 games to go.
Yeah, with me, it's if as a Spurs fan, it's tough. It's tough. That we messed up. We messed up against Brentford and Brighton. We didn't just drop points in those games. We lost to Brighton. This is recently.
We effectively giving it to you after losing to Southampton, Palace, and Brighton. Because we're in a commanding position, and we effectively gave it to you in those 3 games.
Exactly, but you came back strong, and we have recently, in the last 2 weeks, we beat Leicester. We got a good point against Liverpool. We took the lead for the majority of that game. So
that was
we've been good
actually.
recently. But you can't drop 5 points. You cannot drop in a top 4 race. You cannot drop 5 points. And we did against Brentford and Brighton. And with that in mind, it's going to be tricky. It's depressing going to the game on Thursday because I'm going to go to the game and I'm going to be singing against you lot, and there'll be a bit of rough and tumble for sure because this is one of the biggest North London derbies in memory. It really is. It's a good thing that it got postponed. Really, I have my reservations why it got postponed, of course, but it's good because
total agreement with you.
It really lights it up. It really lights it up. This is huge, and as you say, we need to win. We absolutely have to win. So big up Alexander Hilton and Jacob.
Yeah, big up Jacob and
Alexander Hilton is a regular on all Spurs channels. How you doing, big man?
Yeah, he's also a regular here as well, so big up to him. Also Danny as well as a regular.
Oh, really? He's bloody everywhere then, isn't he? Alexander Hilton, he bloody is everywhere.
Yeah, definitely. He probably likes me moaning about Arteta so much. That's why.
Yeah.
Big up Jacob as well. I get a lot of other fans because Arsenal fans don't want to hear half of the bullshit I'm coming out with. Well, it's not bullshit.
It's not bullshit though, because I hear a lot of fans thinking the same thing about Arteta. So it's not bullshit.
There you go. So everyone has their own opinion on our manager, but there you go. I'll bring Bargavin as well. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, Steven, what's up?
Yeah, not bad. We're just discussing quickly your thoughts going into this game. I'll ask you as an Arsenal fan. Obviously, Arsenal have the chance to pretty much end Spurs' season by winning this game and confirming top 4 for themselves with 2 games to go. How do you feel going into it?
Kind of scared, actually, because I think they got the qualities to actually win that game. The only thing is, I've watched Spurs a couple times this season, and they do like to play on the back foot a lot. And I don't know, in this game, I expect it to be more even. And when their midfield does get going, they can definitely they can definitely get some good performances in. So that's the key battle, and I think their midfield's going to be the key.
That's the thing. If we had Partey in this game, I think it would be a different game completely. I think Arsenal will be looking to try and dominate more, but the fact we've only got Xhaka and Elneny in our midfield, it probably gives a Tottenham more an advantage in that area, because our midfield has always been that 2 DM roles have been very weak. Well, the DM role and the box-to-box role, that's always been the weakest part of Arsenal, how quickly we transition from defence to attack. And since Partey's been dropped, we've been very slow coming out of the blocks. You saw it against Southampton and Brighton. They were able to swamp the midfield because we're so slow in the midfield, getting the ball forward. And Tommy, is that something you expecting Conte to exploit, being the master tactician he is?
He is a master tactician without a shadow of a doubt. But with this current team, the lack of depth means that we can only really play one way. The substitutions are limited. You can't really put players on because our bench is Winks. We've got players like Rodon from the Championship as our second centre back, and they're just not at Premier League level. Certainly not fighting for the top four. So we're almost forced to play in a 3-4-3. He might want to switch it up. He might want to go to a 3-5-2, this, that, and the other. But we don't even make subs when we're losing games up until the 80th minute. So we're forced to play this way. But we can do damage. We can definitely do damage on our counter-attack with, Kane and Son. I think it's no stretch to say that they're probably the best partnership in the league right now. I know Liverpool got a few too, but no, Kane and Son are incredible. Son could even win Golden Boot for the first time this season, which is mad. He's not even a striker; he's a left winger. So we've got some strengths, but our weaknesses are really, really evident, and it's our defense. Our defense, other than Romero, can be got at, and that's why I'm slightly afraid because of obviously the young boys you've got out wide, and number 10, Odegaard. I think he's very, very underrated, Odegaard, especially by neutral fans. And then Saka, Emil Smith. I'm a massive Smith Rowe fan, and it hurts to say this. It hurts to say this as a Spurs fan, but it's true. We need to get top four. We absolutely need to get top four, or I think we could go behind Arsenal for the next few seasons, which is hard to say. And it's hard to drop those points against Brighton and Brentford because it puts us on the back foot. I think to answer your question about the midfield, the centre midfield, it's probably the weakest for both our teams, the centre midfield, because we've got Højbjerg, who's very pragmatic. He can't really do much on the attacking side of things. He was very good last season. He's dropped a little bit this season. Bentancur's okay. In the big games, he goes missing. We signed him from Juventus recently. In the big games, he sort of goes missing. So that centre midfield battle in every game is key. But I would say without Partey for you as well, it's almost like two relatively average centre midfielders going at each other. So
start playing with one.
Sometimes that makes for a good game.
Definitely. But anyway, we're gonna move on to the combined 11 because it should obviously be a great game. We'll start with current combined 11. So, by the way, when I do combined 11, I'll use Footbin. The all-time one, I've used build my lineup, but I've decided to put the kit in black, so there's no controversy. Because it's not red and white or white and blue, just in complete black. So I did even put it in yellow and blue to say it's the away kit of Arsenal. So there's no favoritism or anything like that. How do I put this? Squad builder, don't I want squad builder? I don't know. Right. So now Arsenal usually play a 4-2-3-1. Usually, I would say you could play a 4. Would you start with a 4-3-3 single pivot?
What, as Spurs fan?
Yeah.
No, it's all
we're always free at the back, but over the years, I think 4-2-3-1 is fair, and we can put our players. I can put my players into a 4-2-3-1.
All right. Okay. So in goal, Lloris or Ramsdale? And by the way, are we going to go on this current form this season, overall this season, or just overall in general? Because I think form-wise, Ramsdale's a definite shout over Lloris. He's definitely
Lloris has been very good this season. Lloris has been very, very good this season. But
this one's like a push. This one is a push for me. Either one.
The thing, yeah, I doubted Ramsdale. Our Spurs fans were laughing at Ramsdale and Ben White when you shelled out £75 million for the pair of them.
I'm still
But no,
laughing
fair
at Ben
play.
White.
How much?
Yeah.
How many How many games would you say like Lloris has been excellent in, like a man of the match in this year?
Well, it was actually very good on the weekend against Liverpool. He made some top saves.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Yeah, it's difficult to put a number, but I tell you what, the first 4 months of the season when he needed a contract because his contract ran out this season, he was incredible. It's the best I've ever seen Lloris, even distributing. But since he signed the contract, he's not been as great. So has Ramsdale been consistently good for you?
Yeah, he's been consistently good. He's had one or two games. The odds, everyone gets that one odd game in the season where they haven't been good, but he's been consistently good on a number of occasions.
He's only had two man of the man matches, I think.
To be honest,
but that's because attacking.
To be honest, if it weren't for Ramsdale, I could imagine the goals we would have conceded. To be honest, and the amount of points will be down. So to be honest, he's outperformed himself. To be honest, I was expecting him to be decent, but I was expecting him to be this good. That's why people saying he's been the signing of the season. To be honest, one of the.
What's his distribution like? I'd like to know what his
distribution
is like.
It's quality.
It's pretty good.
It's so much better than Leno's. Leno's is.
Then I think you're going to have to put him. Yeah, I think you're going to have to put Ramsdale in because Lloris has always been limited. And
it's only the last couple of games. There's been some dodgy moments, but most of the time it's been quality.
I don't know. I think
he cost us a game. Lloris cost us one game, basically, 2 horrible errors to Wolves.
I can't recall Ramsdale missing us a game.
Does Conte even like a distribution keeper?
I think he does. He plays out from the back as well. Most people do.
I think. Yeah. I mean, I think he'd like to switch it. So we go longer. But it is short. It is short. His distribution, as I said, has been better this season, but it's still not great for a modern goalkeeper. So, as I said, if Ramsdale's has been quality, then I'd say that would probably be the deciding factor.
No, Ramsdale's done some incredible things, distribution-wise.
Arsenal win the North London derby, but we will still finish 5th. Yeah, I probably agree with that. What formation are we using? We're going to be using 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3 for the current all-time. All-time is going to be 4-4-2, to be honest. All-time is like generally 4-4-2. Hate saying it, but it's Ramsdale. So goes Danny. Colonel Ward, Luis, Romero, Tommy, Regulon, and Gabriel. Okay. Evening all in the chat. Big up Jez White. Proper. Go subscribe to Jez's new channel, Arsenal History and More. He's just set it up. He's already over 1K, for God's sake. He did that in the space of a week. But yeah, I mean, great guy, and proper Arsenal. Proper old school Arsenal. No, and obviously because he's old school Arsenal, knows the standards of this football club and knows this ain't good enough. So I think 4-4-2 is the most of the players that play in their prime and should if it's for the old time ones. So right back, I think how's Emerson been this season? Is Emerson
that's a tough one to answer, isn't it?
Tommy, what do you
next? You put anyone in there. You can put anyone in there in a Premiership over Emerson. He is fucking awful. I've been questioning.
He's Emerson peasant, is he?
Whether he's a footballer. Honestly, I've been questioning whether he's a footballer.
We got one like that.
Yeah, he's
one like that.
He's horrible. He can't cross. He honestly cannot cross. I'm not exaggerating. His defending, which gets overlooked because obviously, people want to see attacking performances. So he can't cross. His defending is even worse. His defending is just, it's pants. You can tell he probably, he came from La Liga, and didn't learn to defend there because it's truly awful. He won't. Yeah, he doesn't get in anywhere. Tomiyasu, we nearly signed Tomiyasu. Makes it even more depressing.
Yeah. What about thanks for that. Big up, Sait. I hope you're doing well, mate.
What's Tomiyasu like going forward? Because he's not great.
He's not, but then again, he's a right back, so I'm more worried about him being a right back. So yeah, for me, that's for me, if he's decent if he does his job as a right back, then I'm happy that we could work on the actual going forward. But I'd say if you played Pepe with Tommy behind, Pepe doesn't get the overlapping runner he needs, so it hinders him a bit. He doesn't do the overlap very well. But big up, Sait. I hope you're doing well, mate.
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing?
Wicked. Like in the back at the centre backs, who are you going for out of Tottenham? Because I'm going to shout out Gabriel, who, despite the last month, I'd say he's been pretty good all season. What would you say, Tommy?
We're talking just one our best centre back's been Romero. Easily. He's been absolutely outstanding. I don't know what you boys think about who's better, Gabriel and Ben White.
I think Christian Romero.
Gabriel's better than Ben White.
I think Ben White is better. I don't actually rate Gabriel that much. I think he's very clumsy and rash.
Ben White's useless.
See, I'd put Romero in. I think he's.
The only thing I do.
I would put Romero and Ben White in the back as a back pair.
Right centre back. Right centre back has to be Romero.
Yeah,
because he can only play right centre back.
I'm not having Ben White in his team.
And then I think it's Gabriel on the left side. Me personally.
Because I'm sorry, like the only thing I put Gabriel in, I will put Ben White in, is a ball watching contest.
But if you check in every defensive stat merits, Ben White outshines Gabriel. He's been the best.
You've been researching your stats, haven't you?
No, but it's true. It's true. I just think that people, for me, it's just my opinion anyway. I think people like Ben White because he's big, he's tall, he's Brazilian, he's aggressive. But I think he's overhyped, if I'm honest. I think he's very rash and clumsy, and I wouldn't be surprised if he get benched next season.
Ben White, the reason I've got every time I see Ben White, I always see him either not reacting to his man, like not tracking his man, or too busy ball watching. And
I think Eric Dyer is better this season than Gabriel.
No. Eric Dyer is hopeless. I'm just throwing it out there.
Isn't he better as a CDM, Eric Dyer?
I mean, that's where he was when we were doing well, when we were fighting for title, when we nearly won the title in 15-16, he was a CDM. But we've always carried Dyer. Overhyped player. This season, basically just with three centre-backs, our middle centre-back, he just stays as deep as he can. So he doesn't engage in tackles so he just stays back. Because of that, it makes it look like he's got less errors in him. But
and this is the thing, when I see Ben White and the goals we conceded, most of the goals we conceded has got something to do with him.
No, you just hate Ben White.
No. I see it.
Not that bad.
No, I see it.
Ben White has more interceptions, higher tackle rate, in higher duels rate in the air, in every defensive.
You're not convincing me.
Ben White's been outshining Gabriel. I'm not even talking about his passing ability. I'm just talking about as a defensive metrics. In every metrics, Ben White is winning over Gabriel. Gabriel shit.
He's not good enough.
I don't know about. I think both of you guys are extremely harsh on both of them.
Anyway, moving on.
It sounds like you've got the deciding vote.
He's a dictator. That's right. But I'm using
Gabriel and
mate, I'm not having. Look, you can stick anyone else. You could put Bob Balding in there if you wanted to. I'm not putting fucking Ben White in that team.
we heard your dictator, Steven.
Yeah.
That is the one player I can't. There are two players I can't stand. Ben White, right? Ben White and Granit Xhaka. Those are the two I really can't stand.
I get that.
For the amount that we paid for him, like.
But it's just not a season. You talk like he's been here for 10 years.
So you're telling me we couldn't have got someone better for 50 mil?
But I don't look at it like that. Of course, we could have got someone better for 50 mil.
This is the point.
He's here now, so I'll judge him on what he's doing for the team. And he's been good. He's had a few bad games, but he's been good overall.
Yeah, we've conceded more this season.
Yeah, but he's been out. And everybody can, if we're honest, when Tierney, Tomiyasu, and Partey was playing, we were solid.
So are you telling me? Are you like? Are you sure it's not me?
Let's just move on to the next.
Say, are you? No, I just want to say this. Are you sure this is not like? It's not me that's loving Arteta. It's you.
I'm talking about Ben White. Ben White got nothing to do with Arteta. I think he's a good player.
This is an Arteta signing.
No, but I don't care. Arteta signing, nothing Nuno is useless.
Listen, the 50 million is there's definitely an English tax involved in that. He's definitely not worth.
Yeah, he's not 50 million, but he can become a 50 million player. There's nothing to say that
England rules. That's just
he can't become a good defender. He's still only 23 years old. I think people forget that this is his second season in Premier League overall. Like, we haven't. It's not a situation where it's a Mustafi. He's played 5-6 years in the Premier League and he's useless every season. I think he gets way too much stick for his first season, and I think
the way he started
the same thing people did to Pepe when he came. Everybody was onto him. Your price tag, your price tag, your price tag. People are doing the same with Ben White, and I just think it's unfair. I mean, he didn't ask to be bought for 50 million. The club decided to pay that for him. So I'm just going to judge him depending on what he does. And next season, if he's poor, I'm going to say he's poor.
To be fair, the first 10 games, like actually the first 5 games, like I remember when he first came in, and everyone was moaning about it. But I did my usual thing. I didn't slate him. Right? I said, fine, see what you got. Right? 5 games in, we could see, 9 goals?
And but he didn't play in those games. Right? He didn't play in the first 3 games, Steven.
Hey, let's go to left back.
But
you probably gonna blame him, even though he didn't.
No,
play.
hang on a minute. The games he did. No, the games he played in. Right. It's just the I've just seen so many errors from him in the back. I've seen, from what I've seen on the pitch, I've seen so many errors from him, and next season, well, if he's going to be better than Gabriel, we'll see if he can do it in the Champions League.
We'll see if we get Champions League. Like, let's not.
I'm saying he's not good enough.
Take one step at a time. Like, for me, I don't judge player just based on one season. I remember when Mustafi came, he was wonderful the first season. After he was shit.
I'll try not to say if we're going to get Champions League. But if we're going to get Champions League, this guy, I'm telling you, Ben White will not last 5 minutes in the Champions League. He will not.
We'll see. We haven't got Champions League. Let's not talk about how he's going to perform in Champions League like we are in Champions League. Like, let's just take one step at a time. Like, I'm sure nobody of us thought that Arsenal would be where we are now with the players that we bought. So let's just relax a bit. He must have done something right.
But then you're saying Tavares is shit and you're not judging him.
But Tavares doesn't play. So obviously, Tavares is shit because he can't defend, he can't attack, he can't pass, he can't dribble. He just takes the ball and
told him give him a season.
Gets until someone takes it from him.
Say it. But you just said the other when I mentioned it the other day is that he needs the season, he needs to go out unknown. You said no, I don't know if he's gonna make it at all.
Yeah, but there's no ability in him. Like, you can't. There's certain things in football you can't teach someone.
I'm just throwing what you just thrown at me back at you.
Okay, Nuno Tavares is wonderful. He's a good talent. Let's give him the captain badge.
Speaking of which,
let's just put Eric Dyer in there. Let's
move on to left back. Honestly,
left back. Tierney's been out a lot of the time, so I think who's it for you?
Hopeless as well. We
the
got
crazy
Reggie, we got Reggie on. We got Sessignon as backup.
Yeah,
we signed him as a left winger.
Regulion's
backup.
Yes, Sessignon.
We've actually got Ben Davis as well, who is a left back, but he's playing left centre back in a 3-4-3.
Has Regulion been all right then? Your main option?
He was all right for the first
poor
3 or 4 months.
I think the problem
he was good, but other than that, he's been average at best. But who's your Tierney's without a doubt the most talented, without a shadow of a doubt. But he's been injured
so many times.
But how many games has Regulion played? Has he even played more games than Tierney? I don't know, because he's missed games as well.
He's been our first team left back. Session's probably played about. He's probably started about 8 or 9 games. So Reggie would have started the rest.
And he's like he's a midfielder or a winger. Like
Reggie's a left back. He's naturally. Session's a left wing, but he's a left winger who now plays as a backup left wing back to Reggie.
Sessignon and Regulion.
He hasn't played enough. And he's always injured.
I'd have to put Regulion because Tierney just.
So how many games you got out of Tierney, do you reckon, this season?
I think he's played probably 20.
Like
20 plus.
He is quality though. I'm vouching for an Arsenal player. I'm vouching for an Arsenal player, but he
should be in. Based on what he did this season, I still think he should be in.
Let me have a look at the stats. Let's have a look at the stats this season. Let's have a look at how many Reggie's played.
Of the options, I think Tierney is the most talented. It's just it's. I guess if you're looking at form, he can't have any form right now. So
that's what I'm saying. So I would.
But
is he still injured? Is he injured now? Is he injured now?
Yeah, he's out for the rest of the season.
I mean, Tierney. Is he out for the rest of the season? Wow. Wow. So this year, Reggie's played 25 games, probably about 23 starts. Let's see.
That's really good, actually.
See, he has played a lot. Sessignon's he comes in and out. Tierney, he looks like he's played 22. He looks like he's played 22.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a big difference. That's what I keep saying.
All right, Tierney then.
Yeah. But when he's played, has he still been quality, Tierney?
Yeah.
He's played.
Yeah, it's been good.
You got to put him in then.
If you look, since Tierney left, that's when we started to concede a lot of goals.
How would you?
That and Partey as well.
Regulon, right? Like he came from Real Madrid. How would you rate his time at Spurs? Has it been a success?
You know what?
I know, like, there's loads of debates to talk about.
I'll just quickly say about Reggie. Last season, Reggie was good. He was good when he first came. He was good.
Because otherwise,
he
this will drag on.
Yeah, he couldn't defend. Now he can't defend or attack. He's struggling in both sides of things. Reggie. So good first season, poor second season.
CDMs, like the actual DM role itself, will not have Granit Xhaka in there. I don't care. You can't say he's not going to convince me about Granit Xhaka. No way.
Who we choosing?
I think Partey and
Højbjerg.
I put him there.
I'd say
Højbjerg's been really good from January. Bentancur's been really good.
Bentancur.
Skip is going to be unbelievable. He's going to be unbelievable. Skip. He's only played 18 games, but the first part of the season, because he's injured, first part of the season, him and Son were our two best players. Skip, he's only 20. He's going to be magnificent, but he's been injured too long, so you can't really put him in, can you? But I tell you what, future years he's going in that midfield. Future seasons he's in that midfield. Skip.
I wouldn't love. To be honest, as much as it's a North London derby, I wouldn't want any crunching tackles. I don't. We have enough injuries as it is.
It's gonna happen.
I do. I'm going to the game. I want to see some karate kicks to a few Arsenal players' faces.
No, I know that, but like I don't. But I know, but I don't want to see any injuries. I'd rather.
I know what you mean.
Like we can't. Partey is too injury prone. To call Højbjerg. I'd
A lot of games.
Højbjerg.
In there.
So Højbjerg or Bentancur then?
Both.
How many games has Bentancur played?
Yeah, Bentancur's only been there since January, but he has been very good.
I'd say
Højbjerg's got to go in there. Yeah, Højbjerg's got to go in there. It won't be Winks, that's for sure.
Højbjerg, and then I'm gonna put Partey. Partey's got to go next to him.
Did he have a poor first season, Partey? What have you? Did he have a poor first season? Did he struggle?
Yeah,
if Steven wasn't biased, Granit Xhaka would be there, but he's a dictator, so I have no say.
Yeah,
You want Xhaka to play. You want Xhaka to play. He always gets sent off and gives penalties away when we play.
Yeah,
so
I want him to play.
Never been sent off in the North London derby.
Yeah, there's always time for a first with that guy.
But but he usually always gets sent off. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Mid.
Is he definitely starting? Will he definitely be starting Thursday?
Yeah,
he's been good. Xhaka's been good. People just hate him.
When I watched you played, actually, he looks a lot calmer. He looks a lot calmer than usual.
Xhaka's the player that gives.
Aren't you surprised people hate him?
No, I'm not. Like, for me, it's like, it's one thing. I want him sold. I want better players. But I can also say that it's been good this season. I don't have a problem to say that. I don't.
He's had good performances, but I don't like the dude. If you give me the choice over on any and Xhaka, I'd rather choose on any. At least I know they've got half a chance of them having finishing with 11 men. Like,
he nearly went to Roma, didn't he? He was really supposed to go to Roma at last.
Yeah, and what did we do? Sign a new contract.
I blame the club again. Like, if the club had standards, Granit would have left long time ago.
Anyway, right mid.
All right, so I know,
can we put actually? Hang on a minute. Kane's got to be up top. Can we just sort of put that done?
Yeah, Kane up top. Yeah. Son is gonna be left wing. There's no debate.
No debate over Martinelli. He has been brilliant.
Nah. Son scored 20 goals. Martinelli scored 5 goals. There's no debate.
Okay. Son has been incredible.
Right mid.
Absolutely incredible.
Saka.
Yeah, it can't be ours. It can't be ours because we've got Lucas, who's average, and Kulusevski's been fantastic. But like Bentancur, he's only been there since January.
And in the middle, Odegaard.
I'm a big fan of Saka. I really am.
Who's in the middle? Who's in the middle then of that?
Odegaard. Odegaard's been good this season.
Okay.
We don't play even number 10. We don't. Yeah, we had Ndombele and Lo Celso. They're both gone out in January.
Yes,
all gone in January. All on number 10. It's up to you.
Odegaard then. So
why doesn't Smith Rowe start every game? Why doesn't Smith Rowe start every game? Why is this?
It's the rotation. They're young.
Well, here's the thing. He was starting every game, and everyone says at the start of the season he was starting every game, and everyone was saying, "Oh, he's a starter. You can't drop him from the top 11." When we said he needs a rest, he said you can't drop him. He's a starter every week. Then when he got a small niggle or a small injury that he had to get treatment for, right, he then was put back on the bench because he was coming back from injury, and he stayed on the bench ever since because Martinelli got in, right? And then what's happened is everyone's switched it around because everyone said Martinelli, you got to keep Martinelli on the bench. He's a super sub, right? And Smith Rowe's the starter. Now they've switched it around. Now all the Arsenal fans are saying, well, actually, no, Smith Rowe's the super sub and Martinelli's the starter. Well, I'm like, what's your fucking opinion? Like, it can't be one or the other, right? When you fucking feel like it. One's the fucking starter, one's the super sub. Like, make your mind up. You can't just change it every time you fucking feel like it because that's what the manager wants. This is the problem with these fans. Like, if he doesn't get in the side, they'll say he's a super sub. If he does get in the side every week, they'll say he's a starter. But they won't ever call the manager out over it.
I think Smith Rowe's been a bit unlucky with injuries, but he's had a good season. I think he started against Chelsea. He was good. Like he's a good player.
I mean, I think it's
right.
probably because Odegaard has to start in the center.
Kulusevski on the right. I don't know if he's been long enough to be honest.
No, he's been fantastic. He's been very good, Kulu, but he hasn't been there long enough. I really like Saka. I really like Saka.
So here we go. Like, unlike Sky, who just want to be biased.
Alexander Danny, we love you, but short Kulu's, what has he played? 10 games?
Right.
You can't take away Saka's fantastic season.
There you go. We've got
our best attacker.
Let me see if we can put this full. So yeah, full screen here. Ramsdale in goal, Tommy on the right, Romero and Gabriel centre backs, Tierney on the left, Partey and Højbjerg in the DM. Then we've got Saka, Odegaard, Son, and Kane. Now that could be a side. It would be a quality side, to be honest.
Yeah. Can I just see one thing? How many games has Partey started this season?
Could it be 20, 25 games?
Yeah, something like that.
If he has, then I think that's fair.
Right. Anyway, so if we're all happy here, I think we'll move on to the all-time combined 11. All-time.
Sorry, what are your chaps' names at the bottom there? What are your chaps' names?
Sait is the one with the Arsenal shirt.
No, it's dictated Steven.
His Barger. Shut up, Sait. Like, honestly, I'll drop you from this stream. I don't even care.
You see the behaviors. All the threats are there.
I'm looking for another Arsenal fan to come on tomorrow. I've got Steven and I've got 2 Spurs fans coming on at 6:30. If anyone's available.
What time is it? 6:30?
6:30.
6:30. Yeah, GMT.
Yeah.
So 6:30 GMT.
Yeah, I can come on.
I need one more. That'd be fantastic. You're sort of against Steven as well, so that'd be a dynamic because we've got a guy called Mr. Spurs on, and he usually goes against all Spurs fans. So that'll be interesting.
Good stuff.
Anyway, we're gonna move on, and we're gonna play 4-4-2 for this. Right. In goal, someone said Ian on the preview said Pat Jennings.
Are we doing Premier League era? Or are we doing 70s? Like everything?
Yeah.
Well, since the last time you won a title was in 61, you might have to go back to the 60s.
Just throw that in there. Sorry, but Seaman's not there. Sorry.
I think Premier League. I think if we go,
we'll Premier League.
If we want to go back, then it has to be one for Premier League and one for just the English league before it became.
Fair, you had Glenn Hoddle. I think didn't you have Glenn Hoddle on that in the Premier League as well?
No, man. It was a bit before. It was a bit before my time. I don't think we even had
Jimmy Greaves was before his time.
Yeah, but then you got to mention, but it becomes hard because then you have players like Rocastle, Paul Morrison.
I mean, how old are we, boys? How old is everyone here? Because
I'm going to go from. Hang on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go from 89 onwards. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is that decent? 89 onwards.
But I want to ask something.
Because you won an FA Cup in '93, I believe. No, '93, not '93. You won an FA Cup in the '90s with Gascoigne, I believe.
92.
92, yeah. Then, then obviously the League Cup as well. So, yeah, I'd say around then.
But Steven, isn't it better to take from when we've actually watched the players ourselves?
It's a good
point. 91. It was 91.
Yeah, but the problem,
1991 we got the FA Cup.
Yeah, but the problem is that
because I'll give you an example. This is just an example.
I understand that, say, because obviously we can't make a judgment on players we haven't seen. But the thing is that you sort of limit the amount of time the players could go in.
Yeah, but it's a long era. If you take from, let's say you take from 98. I think most of us have watched football since 98, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it then.
All right, educated.
98 up until now. That's a lot of players. A lot of good players.
Well,
I think,
I know.
And I think
it's trying to make it
2010,
it's trying to make it balanced. It's trying to make it balanced. Yeah, it's trying to make it balanced. That's the thing, without obviously having to bring sort of the players we just mentioned in the previous combined 11. That's the main thing as well. So, but there you go. Anyway, we'll go from 98 onwards then. So, David Seaman in goal.
It's between him and Lloris, isn't it? It's got to be between him and
Oh,
Lloris.
Seaman's got to be in there. Seaman's better.
You can't, but Lloris.
Lloris is good, but I think if you look, one thing I would say, Seaman in his prime has not had as many blunders as Lloris in his prime.
Yeah. But Lloris is an unbelievable shot stopper. What was Seaman's distribution?
He was an unbelievable shot stopper as well.
He was an unbelievable penalty saver.
Yeah, his reflex was at the highest class. The mentality, the aggression, the long balls with his hands.
I had a quiz question today, actually, and I was looking
at the thing is, the Siemens distribution back then wasn't that important. It wasn't that important back then as it is now, because obviously now the game's changed. We play out from the back. It wasn't that important back then.
So what about Hugo Lloris is a World Cup winner, but then you're going to tell me Siemens a numerous Premier League title winner. So,
and
we're not talking about internationals, mate.
So does Lehman even get a shout in this?
Yeah, it's a Premier League 11, to be fair.
For me, it's still close. For me, it's still very close.
If I pick the Aubameyang, right, they'll say Kane because he got a World Cup Golden Boot.
No, but does Jens Lehmann get like a shout in this thing?
Yeah, I think Lehmann. But the thing is, why I rate Lloris and Seaman higher is because they've done it longer.
Yeah,
I think Lehmann in his prime he's probably had the best prime of all of them.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
But it wasn't long enough.
Yeah, we'll let you have Seaman. I'll let you have Seaman. I'll let you have Seaman because he won numerous Premier League titles. That's fair.
Good lad.
Right, on the right.
I'm not going to let you put Sol Campbell in here, though. I'm telling you now. If Sol Campbell goes in here, I'm coming off stream.
He's the captain. He's the captain.
Judas.
Mate, he won a Champions League football. So there you go.
You can't do what he said though. He went back on his word. I will never play for Arsenal. That's why he will always be derided. He come out with quotes in the last 5 years. Why do Spurs fans still hate me? Oh,
yeah,
God.
That's double. Sol Campbell's won the double.
He's not in this team. If he's in this team, I'm gone.
So I guess right back, Lauren. I guess
Lauren, Dixon,
Kyle Walker. Does he get a shout?
Kyle Walker
gets a shout.
But
I'd actually put Kyle Walker, to be honest.
Kyle Walker was definitely better than Dixon. He was definitely better than Dixon.
Yeah, I think it's between Walker and Lauren. But do we count Walker also for his period at Man City, or do we just count for his period at Tottenham?
You just count the player in general, to be honest.
If he's the player in general, I think it's
Walker. Then it's Kyle Walker. Yeah, he's a beast.
3 or 4 world-class players. He's one of them. If we had 3 or 4 world-class players over the last 12 seasons, he's one of them.
He's probably been the most consistent right back in the Premier League past 10 years.
Okay. So
he's still got pace now. He's still got 32 years old and he's still got pace now.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's mad explosive.
Put Judas and I'll allow it. Oh, that hurts. It hurts me. But, Alexander Hilton, Emerson. Mate, if we've still got Emerson next season, we're in trouble. If we do get top 4 and he's in the team, we're in trouble.
Could have gotten in Emerson. I will put Tony Adams has got to be in this team.
Yeah, I think it's Tony. It's between Tony's there. Then it's between Keon, Sol, and what's that last name?
Ledley King has to be there. Ledley King has to be involved in the discussion.
Over Ashley Cole?
I think Ledley King's a centre back.
No. Sorry. Sorry, wrong person.
I take Martin Keown over Ledley King because
no,
he was more consistent.
No.
I forgot.
Look at the numbers.
Ledley King had one knee. Ledley King had one knee and one leg, and he was still one of the best centre backs in the Premier.
Yeah, it's got a point.
Yeah, but Martin Keown at 34 years old won as the Invincible.
Sait, we're trying not to be too biased here.
Okay,
Not like
exactly.
Sky.
You could
Not
literally
like
put all
Sky.
the Invincibles. You could put all the Invincibles in.
This is the thing. This is what I hated. They did an all-time combined 11, and they put the majority of it was Tottenham players, like in their top 11. I'm like, we could just put the whole frigging Invincible squad quite happily, if we wanted to, mate. Or the double winning side, or the 98 side. Like, so what the fuck are you talking about?
That's fine. That's usual. Fine. I actually call it left back.
Yeah, Cole's got to be left back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best
Absolutely. No doubt about that.
I was so angry when we sold him to Chelsea.
Have you heard about what's happened to him in a court case?
No.
He had to give evidence today after him and his partner were broken into a house, and he was tied up with his in his house while he's he was actually thought he was going to probably die or have his fingers pulled off with his pliers because they wanted watches and shit.
One thing I don't understand, and this doesn't, for me, what these burglars are doing now towards footballers is disgusting. But why don't they hire high-tech security? You got millions in your homes, and you see that footballers are getting targeted. You need to be secured. I know it's not nice to have to be in a position.
I'm sorry, if I had that amount of money, I would be having security cameras. I'd be having multiple locks on doors. For example, my aunt and my uncle, they have one email address. They don't have a smartphone or Twitter or anything like that. They don't have bank accounts, banking details. They only just started doing online. They used to do it by phone. They didn't used to do it online because of security. They're very security conscious. Even when they're going out, security conscious about being mugged and that. And that's the sort of thing. So if I'm on my own at home, as my mum will just turn the knob. We have sort of a key, like some sort of key, but you leave the key in and it just twists and locks it, and that'll just lock the door anyway without anyone having even the doors unlocked by the normal key, right? But what I do is I twist that and then I lock it with the normal lock, and then we got a bolt as well, and I bolt it with that because I'm on my own, right? And I know someone breaks in, I'm fucked. Because I ain't gonna be able to defend myself. So, if you've got millions like that, you should be taking extra precautions. I'm not blaming him. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm not blaming him, but I would be putting the whole that would be locked up like Fort Knox, mate. That's my house would be like Fort Knox. It would be impossible to break through. I'll be having one of those, those spy gadget systems where if you step on a step, you get your fucking face blown off. You get the patio comes you press on the step, right, and then the step that you've stepped over, comes open, and and the shotgun comes out from underneath and blows his bollocks off. One of them.
The average wage for players in both our teams must be, I don't know what, 80 grand a week?
Yeah.
100 grand a week. They're usually 100 grand a week now.
70, 80 grand a week.
Yeah.
That's stupid money.
That's one in
it's like £3.5 million, £3.5 million, something like that a year. You get a security system for that. You'd have fucking three guards. You'd have three guards sitting out there every day.
Tommy, this is why this is why it's you can't ever reveal this. This is the whole point when say for example I wanted to send a letter to to Hamilton actually, but it had to take someone local who could actually recognise where his dad's house was to be able to give it to him, because we wouldn't be able to get the address because it's so security conscious. So if they find out the address, they'd have to move on. So but anyway, we're going to move on. So on the right side of midfield, so we've got Lundberg, we've got
where did David Ginolas play? Was it more right or more left?
Don't know. Where did he play? Tommy? He must have disappeared for a minute.
Sorry, mate. What's that? Sorry.
Where did Ginolas play?
Who?
Ginola, David Ginola.
David Ginola. Oh right, he was sent in midfield. It was a bit before my time, but he was sent in midfield. Luxury player.
What about because I'm looking at on the right, Lundberg. There's calls for Ericsson here. Alexander Ericsson's a good shout actually.
But Ericsson played more central-ish.
Yeah, it was more central.
One place we struggled was on the right wing. We had Darren Anston in the 90s. We had.
Does this make sense, Stephen? Robert Pires on the right and Gareth Bale on the left.
That's a good shout. That's a great shout.
Pires play on the right. Did Pires play on the right?
Yeah, he did. He
sometimes
play on both.
He sometimes did. He was mostly left, but he could play. He could play on both sides. Perez,
we could put because Gareth Bale was an original left back. We could put Gareth Bale left back and Son left mid.
Bale was someone.
No, you can't replace Cole. You can't replace Cole. Anyway, in the middle, but Bale. Do you know what Bale reminds me now of? Like Saka reminds me a lot of Bale. Bale, where he started on the left wing, and now he's moved up to the left mid, and now he's playing on the right side of midfield, where Gareth Bale can also play, but the only thing he can't do is be a striker. So, like, it's kind of like been the same pattern with Saka. But in the midfield, Patrick Vieira has got to be in this team.
Yeah.
Right, Vieira's got to be in this team. Right, and all you Arteta fans that want to ridicule him, go fuck yourselves.
What do you mean? Surely it's Granit Xhaka who plays in there.
No.
With Højbjerg.
No.
I'm joking. For me, it's Vieira and Fabregas. I don't know about you guys. These Arteta
fans don't have a go at any legend that criticises Arteta, right? They could even when they were ridiculing Vieira as a manager, they couldn't even spell his name right, for fuck's sake. Jesus Christ! Like
what Modric has won. Surely it's got to be Modric.
I absolutely love his long range shots.
Modric.
That's a hard one.
It was a bit before my time, but Ginola was
honourable mention to Chess then.
Henry.
He was a left mid.
Oh no, this is the one that Arsenal fans are now ridiculing. Henry. Any Arteta fan that's had a go, any Arteta fan that's had a go at Thierry Henry because he doesn't believe in the process, right, or doesn't believe in this manager, go fuck yourselves. Go fuck yourselves. Go support someone else, mate. Right? Because, you should never have a go at the guy who won you an Invincibles title, who got you to a Champions League final, right? And giving his all for the club as an all-time goal scorer, right? You're a dick if you've slagged off Henry, right? And you should not be wearing this shirt as a fan. Simple.
Is it Henry and Eddie Nketiah top?
No, I think Kane.
What do you make of him anyway? Because whenever I watch Nketiah,
Bergkamp. No, Bergkamp.
No. This should be Kane and Son. About Henry and Bergkamp.
No.
Greatest partnership in the Premier League.
Premier League GOAT.
There's someone.
No.
He's one of the best players to ever play.
Henry's in the Hall of Fame, isn't he? Henry's in the Hall of Fame.
Both of them are.
Yeah.
It has to be Henry and backup at top. I'm sorry, this is what
No
just has
chance.
to be
No
Arsenal.
chance.
Like
There's no chance you're leaving Kane out. There's absolutely no chance you're leaving Kane out. Top goal scorer and top assist maker last season.
He's not.
I think Jamie Vardy over Kane.
He's going to break all records.
Sorry, did you want to say that again? How high did you go? Did you want to say
I
that
take
again?
Jamie Vardy over Harry Kane
No,
until he
do it.
wins
No, do
anything.
it.
No
No,
chance.
say
Look at
He's not in the
goals. Look
all-time
at it.
11.
Say
Even
do it.
Robbie Keane won
Say-
Spurs
hang on,
titles.
hang on. Then.
He's the
Say-
best finisher. Harry Kane is the best finisher
Hang on.
in the Premier League, and he's in the
Hang on a
top 3
minute,
passes.
guys.
Passing
was-
is incredible.
Hang on. What was that voice?
Harry Kane has
No.
not even
What was
won.
the voice? What was the voice? How high did you go?
Title.
Bergkamp
I'm
scored one
right,
goal.
I'm
Bergkamp scored
clipping that.
one good goal. Was it against Newcastle or Leicester?
One good. Listen, you must be mad if you think that Dennis
Hang
Bergkamp.
Hang on. Can I?
If Harry Kane
Sorry, I've
doesn't
got
go
to
in
do
there,
this. Sorry, guys, I've got to do this. Just one more
Yes,
time so I can get this.
The meaning of elite sport is
I wanna-
to win.
87 goals. He
Say-
scored
hang on,
87 goals for Arsenal. 87
Hang on.
in
Before
11
we
years.
Listen,
hang on.
if Dennis Bergkamp was playing in this era, he would score 20 goals every season.
Guys.
Easily. There's like one good centre back in Van Dijk.
He scored.
1 minute.
Bergkamp scored 81 goals in 11 years. Kane scored 179 in 7 years with players like Huddleston behind him.
But he was a creator. Then anybody who knows Dennis Bergkamp knows that he was a creator. He was a matchman.
You can have Bergkamp over Henry then, but Kane's in this team.
Hang on a minute.
Nah.
I'm not having that.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Say, just do me a favor. Just do that really pitched voice again.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Harry Kane hasn't even won a trophy yet. Not even a Carabao.
Wait, hang on. No one interrupt. Everyone, I'm gonna put everyone on mute. Do it one more time.
Harry Kane hasn't even won a Carabao Cup. Even Jamie Vardy has an FA Cup and a Premier League title. I'm not having it. Honestly, I'm not having it until he can win something for Spurs.
Harry Kane has not been in. Harry Kane has not been in title winning teams.
Honestly.
Sorry,
until he wins something.
Hang on, you did that wrong because you mentioned Kane's name. Just do it. Just like just do. He ain't even won a Premier League or a Carabao Cup.
Harry Kane hasn't even won a Premier League.
No, don't mention the name. Don't mention the name. Just don't mention the name. I want to use it for Arteta.
Okay. Nah, I'm not having that.
No. Do it. Please do it. You got it.
He hasn't even won a Premier League or a Carabao.
I don't know how you can replicate that. That's like you put on the spot, man. You can still replicate it.
Yeah,
but
I'll be using that later.
Skills. Honestly,
anyway,
Harry Kane with the team Tottenham had, and you look at the team Leicester had, he should have won Spurs something, and he has failed to do that yet. And that's why, for me, he can't be in an all-time 11.
Can't win it on his own. We need defense.
Every player who's
can I wager in here? Hang on, I want to wager in here.
Name me one player, Steven, in this all-time 11 who hasn't won anything. Everybody's won. Everybody's winners. I'm sorry.
Can I make also another
Kane hasn't won anything, right? Kane hasn't won anything, but he's still scored 180 goals in a team that can't win titles. He's still scored double.
Hang on a minute.
If he doesn't win anything, it doesn't matter.
Guys, like another point is I want to make is that with this decision as well, is losing my train of thought. No, I lost it. Fuck. The main point with Kane, like, is that he hasn't won anything. But if you remember Henry, for example, right, not just the fact he had a great team around him, right. Ian White you can also throw in the mix of this, but another reason why Henry is say better than Kane, for example, we have this. The people debating this all the time. If you remember 2006, most of our squad was out injured. We played literally kids throughout most of the season because
Yeah,
the team was
Flamini at
in
left
transition.
back.
Flamini at left back. We had
Yuan
Fabian.
Giroux, Senderos.
Hang on, and what did we do? He guided that team as a captain. A bunch of kids. He guided that team to the Champions League final. Those bunch of kids even took the lead in that Champions League final, right? And we should have actually won the game if the referee wasn't such a dick, right? But to be able to get that team to a Champions League final, right, in the squad that we had was incredible. Like Kane hasn't been able to do it.
No,
really
even Lucas Moura had more impact.
If he went to Man
Lucas
City,
Moura
Lucas
Moura had an impact.
If we went to Man City, if he was at Man City this season, they would have won the league by 15 points.
But he hasn't.
Yeah, but he didn't go. And for me, until
by this rhetoric, you can put Nwankwo Kanu up there.
Yeah,
but then to be on,
because he's a Premier League winner. At the end of the day, title counts.
But then
that's the meaning of elite sport.
But then to be honest as well, is
until Harry Kane wins title,
hang on,
he's not with the big boys. I'm sorry, he needs to win first.
I mean, he's got to be with the big boys. He's got the top assist maker. Have you seen his passing? Have you seen the guys passing? Have you seen the guys passing?
World Cup winner, European Cup winner, Champions League winner, La Liga, Premier League. Look at Gary Bale. Gary Bale, Champions League.
Right, stop.
La Liga.
Stop.
Look at Modric.
Right, stop. Second,
it doesn't match.
Second of all,
you can't have 10 winners and one loser.
Hang on, right? Because this is going to go on forever.
No. If we're talking about footballers on the pitch, if we're talking about on the pitch footballers, what you do when you pass the white line. Let's not talk about winning things.
I'm just doing a vote.
It's very matching that a Spurs fan, let's not talk about winning things.
If you're in terms of winners, you can have Bergkamp 100%, but in terms of footballers, it's Harry Kane without a shadow of a doubt.
But I think honestly, bias aside, Dennis Bergkamp, footballer, I have him over Harry Kane. Honestly.
No player is ever gonna match scoring. Is gonna get the top goal scorer and top assist maker in the Premier League. Not for the next 40 years. No chance.
Can make another point is that also when you got to the Champions League final, everyone said that you should have dropped Kane for Moura, and you didn't, right? Which probably cost you big time, apart from the fact you gave it up in 96.
Yeah, that's because he was just getting back from injury, and Moura scored a hat trick in the previous game.
He should have been played. We shouldn't have played it.
Steven, just a quick question. Do you rather have a player scoring you 100 goals and win nothing, or a player who scores you 10 goals and win your league titles?
Well, it depends how we're doing things, because if by that rhetoric, then Nwankwo Kanu and all your other strikers.
This is going to go on.
He was a quality striker. That's why he won titles.
I'm going to end this now. I'm going to end this right now, because this is going to go on for fucking ever. Right? You've gone on for about 15 minutes already. Right. Simple as this. A vote.
Yeah, let's vote.
Let's vote.
Vote in the chat. Well,
vote in the chat if you want. Right. Tommy.
Nippen's a good one. Nippen's a good one because he's neutral.
Kane or Bergkamp? Kane or Bergkamp?
That's shadow of a doubt.
Bargav?
Bergkamp?
Sait?
Bergkamp, 100%. One of the best players who ever played football.
This is not me even being biased.
Ever in the league.
This is not me even being biased.
All right, so if you're a defender, who would you rather not face?
Bergkamp, unpredictable.
Harry
see, even Nippon said Bergkamp.
Nippon said Bergkamp. Even Nippon said Bergkamp as well.
It's not just stats in football, it's not just goals.
Of course, it's not just stats. But have you seen how he passes a ball, Harry Kane? Have you seen how he passes?
But Bergkamp is a better passer than Harry Kane. I can admit it. Harry Kane is a better goal scorer than Bergkamp, but Bergkamp is a better footballer overall.
Yeah, and you know how much I hate.
So if he's not as good a passer and he's not as good a goal
scorer,
he's
a better passer.
No, he's a better passer. The vision Bergkamp had.
In Harry
Kane.
100%. Have you seen his passing?
Have you seen Harry Kane's passing?
No, it's different.
Guys, it's the vision. It's the vision. I'm sorry, it's the vision.
The weight of the pass, the curling, the precision is different.
Right, that's it. I've decided. Right, even Nippon has said Bergkamp, so it's Bergkamp. Sorry.
I feel like this debate is going to continue on the other.
It's a democratic vote. It's democracy. It's the UK. Yeah, you can say whatever you want. It's democracy. So there we are.
I'm sure it's going to continue on the other show.
Yes,
on the next show.
We can continue it tomorrow. We can continue it tomorrow.
We can continue it. No,
I'm going to get some stats ready. I'm going to get some other bits ready.
Yeah. Oh, great, brilliant. Walk over Lauren. I think Walker's been quality. So yeah. In terms of the all-time 11, we've got Rams. We've got Seaman in goal. Sorry, Walker, Adams, Ledley King, Ashley Cole, Perez, Modric, Vieira, Bale, Bergkamp, and Henry up.
What a team!
That would win titles by a mile. That would win titles easily.
Vieira, Modric, to be honest, I think that would be Vieira and Modric. That would be something special.
Yeah, just that midfield as well.
Bale and Cole as well on the same wing.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And Henry on the left. Yeah. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Anyway. Right. So that's the end of that. Moving on back to the game itself. Do you know what? I'll do what I did in the preview. I'll give 10 minutes just for people to come on and ask one question to the panel, and you can ask one question and then move on to the next person. So, right, I'm going to start with you, Tommy. How do you feel this game's going to go for you, and what do you think the score's going to be?
We're going to win. 100% we're going to win. The Spurs fans, this is huge. This is a massive, as I said earlier, the biggest North London derby probably ever in the Premier League, because we're both fighting for something. We're both fighting for the same thing. So it is huge. I probably think you're going to get top four. Even if we beat you, I think you're going to get top four, which is hard to take. It really is hard to take. But it's going to be a close game. It's going to be close. It's definitely going to be close. But I think we'll win it. 2-1, something like that, maybe 3-1.
The thing is when if we do finish top four, like above, and we finish above you, I know exactly what's going to happen. We're going to have this bloody St. Tottenham Day crap, like, which, to be honest, it's a bit of fun, but I don't celebrate it. I always looked at Chelsea because, like, they're the ones that are challenging titles. The reason I look at Tottenham more is because they're my next door neighbours, and I've always wanted to beat them, and that's an end of the story. But and that's an end of it. Say, what do you think, mate?
I think Spurs will Spurs it up. I think Arsenal will win. I think we'll win. I think we'll score one goal and then we'll just sit low block and they won't be able to break us down. And we're gonna secure Champions League as we secured our title 04 on the pitch. And no, this
come on, are you really? Come on.
Listen. Wait. Let me finish. Don't interrupt me. I'm not having that. This is the biggest North London derby ever. For me, it's the 04 because we won the title. And for me, at the end of the day, that is what mattered to me. So for me, that was the biggest one. This is quite big, but at the end of the day, nobody is going to win anything.
I'm talking about biggest for you. Two teams looking at it with something to fight for. This is, I can't remember one like this. We can keep going back to, you winning titles, but then you can't have a conversation. We just go back to you winning titles.
Hang on, you could look at one in 2012 when you were 12 points ahead of us. That was probably
yeah.
Because if you want that, we would have probably never had a
this is up there, obviously. This one is up there.
You won some Premier League titles. I hold my hands up. There we go.
Mate, but some, like, how many have you won?
Toby.
Of course.
Toby.
Come on.
But there's one thing that you know Steve will have.
It's Tommy.
And that's old big ears.
It's Tommy. You said Toby. I thought you said Toby.
Yeah, he did say Toby.
Did I say Toby? If
Yeah,
I
he
did,
said
I
Toby.
apologize.
You talking about Toby Alderweireld? I wasn't sure what.
Sorry, Tommy. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
One thing neither you nor Steve will ever experience is old big ears.
What's that?
Champions League trophy.
You don't know what big ears is?
Yeah, it's a Champions League trophy.
Right, yeah, I get it now.
What's your question? We throw you out.
What's
But yeah,
Look,
my
Nippon,
question to both of you is: are either of you confident going into the derby?
Who's to the both of us? Because we've got four of us here.
Yeah, question to all four of you: are you confident going into the derby?
I feel confident. I've always feel confident going into Tottenham. Like, we could be bottom of the league and I still feel confident. Like, because, like, it's the form goes out the window. Don't forget, when we won the title in 04, well, we drew that game after being 2-0 in front, and everyone expected themselves to 2-0 in front in 20 minutes to actually walk it 3-4-0, and they were 14th.
You know your record at White Hart Lane is
I know.
Is horrible.
Hang on a minute. I'm getting to that, but like as well as that game, they were 14th and they still managed to draw 2-2. As much as our record has been poor at their stadium since 2014, as much as it's always been like a game that Tottenham usually turn up at home, right? Form goes out the window, right? And all those records go out the window. On the day, it's whoever has got it in here and wants it, right? Whoever wants it on the day, right? Everyone predicted us to lose against Spurs when they came to the Emirates, right? And we beat them.
No, I didn't. No, I predicted a draw. Actually,
Nippon.
No, you predicted a loss. I remember.
No, Nippon. I'm not saying you particularly.
But he did predict the loss. I remember.
I'm saying the majority.
I remember now. I did.
I don't remember Nippon. When I say
another loss for you guys if you're the team hosting.
Nippon, hang on. Let me finish. First, let me finish. And two, right, when I said everyone, I usually mean the majority of people. Right, the majority of people thought we were going to lose that game, right? And we won that game because form goes out the fucking window, and it's about who turns up on that day. Tottenham didn't turn up, right? And I feel with Saka, Smith Rowe, players that we've actually means what it means, right? We will turn up for that game, right? And I fully feel that we will win that game and then end the top four race there and then. That's my personal opinion for me. So, yeah. Nuno, how are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing, lads?
Not too bad. What's your question for us, mate?
First of all, let me start with I hope you lads are ready for Derby Day. Form goes out of the window. Do you know what I mean?
It's gonna be
I want to see
scary.
passion from the Arsenal boys.
Who do you support? Who do you support?
I'm an Arsenal fan, mate.
No.
Yeah,
100%. He's sound.
100%.
Unfortunately, he is an Arsenal fan.
I talked to Nips yesterday. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, man.
I still predicted you guys to lose that game, by the way. Yes.
Hang on, let him ask his question. Go on.
My question is for Steven, the general, does Harry Kane's antics worry you for the game? because he'll try to dive for pens and do silly things. Do you know what I mean? Will that jar you if he does it?
To be fair, mate, that happens in every game. Like, to be honest, like, and in the North London derby, every North London derby, everyone's going to be out trying to look for the nearest thing. I even think, some of Arsenal's players will try and like grab a penalty or something like that. They'll try their best to try and get any advantage they can out of any team. And I'm not just saying Tottenham. I'm saying both teams will, right? Because it is a big game. I mean, Tommy, what would you say?
In terms of the actual coming down to the game itself, in terms of strategy, I think it's going to be extremely tricky for us if you look at the game before. If you look at the game before where you beat us 3-1. But things have changed. Things have changed since Nuno. Things have certainly changed since Nuno. So I'm very happy Arteta got a 3-year contract. Put it that way. Very, very happy.
So am I, Tommy. So am I.
One of the best pieces of news of the season for us because you've got some potential coming through. But Arteta,
my club's finished, man. Do you know what I mean? I was crying when that happened, man. Do you know what I mean?
May it continue.
In terms of the game, in terms of the game itself, it's a cliche, but whoever gets the first goal will probably go on to win. But we really struggle. We really struggle to get the first goal because we stay very dire in the team. And Conte as manager, we're very deep. We're very, very deep. So when we go one behind, we find it very difficult to come back into the game because we're still deep. We can't really change it. We can't really
let him finish.
So the first goal is absolutely key. I think whoever wins will win by at least 2 goals. So if we win, it'll be 3-1. If you win, it'll be 3-1 or 2-0, something like that. So either way, atmosphere is going to be booming, and I think the Spurs fans are going to be at it. We're hurting being this 4 points behind. I can tell you now we're hurting, and I'm confident.
You had it in your hands. That's the thing.
I'm confident we can get the first goal, and if I'm confident we can get the first goal, then I'm confident we can win.
It's like you said at the start of the show. You had it in your hands, and you. With those defeats with Brentford and that, it quickly switched back to Arsenal.
If we lose it, we've only got ourselves to blame. If we lose it, we've only got ourselves to blame.
That's the thing.
100%.
But then, to be fair, like it's the other way. It's same the other way around. If we lose it, right, we've only got ourselves to blame as well. So, right, but knowing Arsenal, knowing the majority of the fan base, I find an excuse. But like the actual real fans will know. They all know that like we've only got ourselves to blame because we should have. In the other games that we've played, we should be even more points clear. Even like, especially if we can do what we did against Chelsea and Man United, right? And we should be able to be doing that against Brighton and Southampton at least. Palace are a strange team because I think Palace are a very, very good, well-drilled team, a very, very good tactical team. So
Palace had their number that day. Do you know what I mean?
So,
hey, Tommy, what do you think of my name?
Yes, mate. Yes, we want him in for as long as possible. Keep signing those extensions. Keep signing those extensions. We love it,
mate. To be honest, look, I'd love to sit here and say he'll prove everyone wrong. And he proved me wrong, and maybe he will start challenging for the title. But you never, right? But for the moment, I don't think he will. But it depends what happens in the summer to how he performs next season, because this summer is a pivotal one for Arsenal because we need to invest in quality, not youngsters anymore. We need to now get proper quality experienced players to be able to compete on all fronts next season, because he's going to have a big test, and as a manager being able to actually manage and rotate a Champions League top team. And that is something I think is going to be too much for him. Right?
I have a question for both of you, both the Arsenal fans and Tommy. For the Arsenal fans, would you ever celebrate a Harry Kane goal for England? And for Tommy, would you ever celebrate a Bukayo Saka goal or a Smith Rowe goal for England?
Yes, because it's for England. It's not for Tottenham. It's for the right. It's for the white shirt, not the wrong one.
100%.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
If you're asking
So,
me,
like,
I
say
say
if Mark,
never because I don't support England.
I know that you hate West Ham. Do you hate Chelsea more than Arsenal by any chance, Tommy?
I hate West Ham more than both.
So wait, where does Chelsea come in your most hated teams?
Probably joint second with Arsenal.
Second with Arsenal.
I personally hate West Ham because I have a lot of West Ham friends and I live close to West Ham and I've had enough of them. They thought they were a big club because they finished 5th in 1996. For 20 years, they still think they're a big club. They've done okay recently, but I hate West Ham fans. I don't like Arsenal or Chelsea fans, of course not. But
so, like, who did you support in the cup final? When Chelsea and Arsenal played each other.
If they played each other, who would I support?
In a cup final, if Chelsea and Arsenal played.
I can assure you I'll be supporting neither one. I can assure you I'll be support. Do you know what? Actually, I'd want Chelsea to win. I'd want Chelsea to win because Chelsea have a much better squad than us and should be winning trophies. Arsenal don't.
Yeah, mate.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
But like I said,
if Declan Rice scored for England, would you celebrate then, despite the fact that you hate West Ham?
You just
100%.
It's the same.
100%.
It's the same. It's
It's
We won't be
the
playing
same.
for West
I
Ham
think-
next
Yeah,
season. We won't be
exactly.
playing for West Ham next season
It's-
anyway, really.
In
I
general,
think-
I've just said it. It's like I've just said earlier, and it's like with any player for any team, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, same.
Right?
I
Who
hate
they're
Man
playing
United.
for. Right, it
Same.
doesn't
I hate
matter.
Man
who-
United, but if
Hang on,
Jadon Sancho
on.
scores for England, I'd celebrate.
hang on. Yeah, hang on. That's what I'm saying. That's what we're saying is that no matter who the team is, who the player is, and what team he plays for, right? He's not playing for that team. He's playing for England, right? So I will celebrate if Harry Kane scores. If he wins the FA, if he scores the goal that wins us the World Cup, of course I'm fucking celebrating. Right? Why would I not celebrate? Right? I didn't call him a twat in the start of the season because he's playing for Tottenham, right? But like for when he plays for England, I'll be behind him like every other bloody player that plays for the England badge. Right?
Me
Simple
too.
as that. Because
I'll be
it's
behind all-
international. Club and international football shouldn't have to mix like that.
Yeah, I
Right?
agree.
So it's simple as that.
Yeah, that's just the England thing. Because for me, for
Unfortunately,
example,
some fans can't separate the two.
That's up
for
to them.
example, I'm not from England, and from where I'm from, even when the biggest rivals represent the national team, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares. You're there to represent your country and serve your country. Nobody could care less where you're from. I think that's more like an England thing because I see Arsenal fans speak about.
Yeah. So anyway, right.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
see the guy in
quickly wrap
the
up.
private chat?
No,
He never
Steve, can I
celebrates
have
Harry
a say?
Kane goals.
Like,
I'm gonna have to quickly wrap up in a minute, guys, because this is getting late.
yeah.
So one more. Go on, Nuno. You wanted to ask one more question, and I pulled the camera down a bit because we're losing like your face a bit. So if you can bring the camera down, Nuno, can you bring the camera down because we can't see your face? That's better. So yeah, just give us. You wanted to ask one more question.
Yeah, I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is it's about Tottenham fans in general. Tottenham fans have been saying they're a bigger club than us because they have a better stadium and world class players and so forth, and they're from North London, and because we're from Woolwich, that's why they can't be the biggest club in North London. That's what they're saying.
I wouldn't listen to them, mate. I wouldn't listen to them, mate. They talk bollocks. Tommy, like, see, he's talking so much bollocks. He's put himself on mute.
I'm just saying your club is from South London originally.
It's
sort
true.
of,
I'm not denying it.
No, but the thing is, Nuno.
So if you're going by geography,
Yeah.
in terms of where you started, then we are the biggest club in North London. But no, it's fair to say we're both in North London, so.
But then, to be fair, we've been in North London now for over 100 years.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Although they invest in Woolwich, when I've been to Woolwich, the Arsenal do invest in that area and that community. Right, it's fairly invested into the community around Arsenal as well. So, so it's proper still. It's proper North London, but still remembering its South London roots. But in terms of what Tottenham fans say, right. Yeah, you got a brand new stadium, looks like a fucking bedpan, right? When you look at it from above, right? Let's be honest, it's got something.
I don't like
shit
it. That doesn't. Yeah,
it's that you spent £1 billion on it, and you got seats with a fucking pole next to it. Well, the only time I want a pole in front of my view is when I've got a pole dancer fucking dancing around it, and that's it. Second
You're
of
hilarious, Steve.
Well, and second of all, you might have world-class players. What the fuck have you won? That's the big thing. You can't be a bigger club than us until you have more trophies than us.
No, I don't
that's
think.
Why,
who's saying we're a bigger club than you? Who said that?
Mate, these are fans that will they are fans that spread shit and talk shit on Twitter just for the sake
right
of
now, Steve. Everyone here,
up.
you're a bigger club than us in terms of what the last 30 years.
There you go.
Shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, in terms of what you've done over the last 30 years.
Nottingham Forest are a bigger club than Tottenham. Sorry, they are. They're bigger club than Arsenal. They've won the Champions League.
It depends if you're talking about league titles.
Does that mean?
You could say
does that mean Chelsea are bigger than Arsenal because we won the Champions League and you haven't?
No. Well, you could you could say, but no, they're not. So, but in terms of
we're catching up, Steve. We're catching up.
Why Chelsea?
Yeah, but in this what? Sorry.
Why Chelsea not bigger than you?
Because they haven't won more trophies.
Why Chelsea not bigger than you?
As much as they've won 2 Champions League titles and Europa League, right? That's still one honour. It doesn't count for 10 honours. It counts as one honour, right? And we still have more honours than them, even without the community shield.
Take those charity shields out.
No,
we're not that far behind.
Yeah, but you're still behind us. You're still behind us, mate. So, like,
we'll overtake you at some point.
We can't compete. We can't compete with trophies.
Yeah,
but you're bigger club.
Until you do, you're only a better club. You're not a bigger club.
Understood.
Simple.
Better team, yeah. We've had a better team at times. We've had a better team at times in the last 5 or 6 years.
You're not a big.
If you're going to say bigger club in terms of trophies, no, we're nowhere near you. You've won 3 or 4 FA Cups in the last 8 years as well, haven't you?
Yeah,
3 or 4 FA Cups. So yeah, without a doubt, trophies are what it's all about. And yeah, any Spurs fan saying that is either joking or just deluded, quite frankly, because
or chatting absolute tosh.
Yeah, my cousin as well. He's a Tottenham fan. He lives in Seven Sisters as well. Know what I mean?
Can I just make I'll just make a point, and I'll just share this quickly now, and this will end it. Literally, this is all you have to remember, right? When these Tottenham fans, right? It's all you have to say, right? Because this is what it all counts to. This is why you compete in elite sport for this, right? To win honours. This is the whole point of it. So, right, Liverpool, Man United are well clear, right? Chelsea are third, and that's even without the what honour you got Super Cups in you, 16, yeah, so 34, yeah, so they're still behind us. Man City are next, and they're actually catching. Tottenham Hotspur are even behind Man City now. Right.
What I will say is we're better at you at something. We're better at you at something, and that's over the years traditionally are the football. How we attack, gung ho, attacking football. We're always good to watch. We're always very good to watch.
The last 10 years, we've been pretty much level for the last 10 years.
I mean, even historically, you talk about Gascoigne, Ginola. From the 90s, we weren't successful, but we were always very, very good to watch. And,
but in the end, we have to leave it there, and we have to wrap it up there. So, yeah, thanks for coming on, Tommy. It's a pleasure to have you on, even at this late hour. Just quickly give us quickly let everyone know where they can find you.
Yeah, so formerly Tommy Talks Ball. I'm now Hotspur Hood. We have a few different hosts, and that we don't really do too many neutral streams. But we're gonna have like a sister channel soon, and we're gonna do neutral streams and that. So, and a lot of it, what I was talking about Stephen with backstage, is gonna be just London football clubs. So we're gonna have Arsenal, Spurs, and Chelsea fans in the same streams.
I'm interested in that. Can you
100%.
set me up as the Chelsea?
It's not. It's in the pipeline. It's in the pipeline, and we'll get it. We're going to get it ready next season. But for now, yeah, Hotspur Hood. We do all Spurs work right now, and we got a preview. We got a preview tomorrow. So if you want to come on with Stephen, and I think Said's coming. So if you want to see sort of version 2 or a sequel to this, then come along tomorrow at 6:30. I'm sure we'll have a good time, and I'm going to give you Arsenal fans shit. Don't you worry.
Yeah, you fucking wish, mate. Look, I came on Spurs Raging TV with 900 Tottenham fans on. Right, they couldn't handle us.
Really?
Yeah,
nine Tottenham. Was it Eugene? Eugene's a G.
Eugene had 9 Tottenham fans on, and I was the only gooner in there, and I just like, bring it. With the Arsenal top on, so bring it. Like, right, what you got? So yeah.
Who was in there? Who was in there? Did you have Stell in there? Did you have Stell?
I can't.
Brian Daigle?
I think so. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I don't remember. I don't know.
Was Tapping Tobes there?
No. These are other Spurs fans. But Nippon, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Nippon with 4 I's and 3 U's, and my other Instagram, my cooking blog, which is Nippon Reviews Cuisines. You can find me on Twitter at the Nippon Sharma and NS Sports 93, which is my official YouTube Twitter. You can find me on Twitch at Sharma Talks Lifestyle, and you can find me on YouTube at NS Sports TV and what's the other name?
The British
Lifestyle
Lifestyle
the British Lifestyle Blogger. Yeah. And I just did my Chelsea Leeds United preview earlier on. I'll be doing an FA Cup preview in a few days as well.
Wicked. Nuno, mate. Yes, that's coming up as well. 12th of May used to be Cup Final Saturday, usually, and that's when my dad's birthday is. 12th of May. The thing is, the reason I know we'll win, and I'll say the reason I've predicted 3-1, and the reason I know we'll win, and here's the reason, right? 12th of May is my late old man, my late dad, right? That's his birthday, and he's a gooner. He was a gooner. And he'll be looking down on me, and he won't be fucking wanting to see me lose to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Right? No matter how much stick he wants to give us. So trust me, we ain't losing that game. We won't lose that game. Right?
Yeah.
Right? Because the boys will turn up. He'll fucking tell them to. Right? End of story. So, yeah. Nuno, where can I find you?
You can find me on IG, and that's about it. And I do hop on with like the StreamYard thing. I'll try to find a way to get a Twitter account. But anyway, mate, big up to your father, man. He's a gooner, and I think he introduced you to Arsenal, and big up to him and yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, him and my mum and my uncles and my cousins, a couple of my cousins, they're all Arsenal fans, so it wasn't just him. But yeah, he'll be looking down on us on the 12th of May, and I'll make sure I'll be having my beer. I'll have a beer in my hand for that game, so because it is his birthday after all. But yeah, that's why we won't lose. So
yeah, these clowns need to deliver on Thursday, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, trust me, with the likes of Smith Rowe and Saka, these homegrown boys, they'll know what it means. And Ramsdale, for example, who's come in recently, he'll know what it means as well. So, like, anyway, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share button as well. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then,